Hey everybody, hope you're keeping well. We're back with another look at a mod overview as part of the Red Revolution celebrations for Red Alert, celebrating the unified Red Alert anniversary of Red Alert 1.2.3, showing off a couple of the different mods. Today we're going to be having a look at CNC Final War. This is a semi-total conversion mod for Red Alert 2, Yuri's Revenge. It's powered by the Ares modding DLL and features work from the collective A2 Yuri's Revenge community were credited on the images. So it's pretty cool. They've added a bunch of features, especially some new Phobos, things like that, which make it interesting, kind of cutting edge stuff. The idea for this mod, it takes place after the events of the Allied victory over the Soviets in War 1, deciding to prevent the spread of communism or dictatorship empires. The Allies banded together to form the European coalition, which is both a world government and a police force stationed in allied nations as peacekeepers and abroad as messengers of peace and security, while overthrowing dissident regimes and installing puppet democracies and spreading only a global capitalistic economy. While public opinion of the European coalition is mostly positive within its borders, it's often viewed as a hostile and invasive enemy force. The outposts within the disbanded USSR and its allies from the First Great War have all been used to quell uprisings and suppress any notion of a return to glory to the old empires. Meanwhile, a group of leaders, politicians, military generals in exile, and entrepreneurs have united under a new Soviet banner known as the Eastern Empire. The group has been secretly refitting the military arsenal with new research, stealing lost tech plans or European coalition prototypes, and hiding many developments as peacekeeping initiatives or public services. Their final goal is a united Eastern Empire, many nations and people working together as one major kingdom for the revenge destruction of the world. And many wonder the nature of the Remnant Legion and their true purpose or motivation for getting involved in the struggle. All should will be revealed soon enough. CNC Final War features these full factions with completely reworked tech trees and units, sporting a strong advanced tech timeline and a grim dark visual style. The new mod includes new units, maps, game modes, theater, sound effects, and a new soundtrack to commence the last great battle for dominance over the planet. So quite a lot there. I guess the key takeaway from this is that there's two main factions, so rather than Allies and Soviets, there's the Eastern Empire versus the sort of European coalition. It's an interesting idea. In terms of what's actually available in the mod out of the gate, they don't have single player functionality implemented as of yet. It's primarily based upon multiplayer, so they're making sure that the balancing and stuff for that is right. On the ModDB page here, which I'll link down below in the video description, you'll be able to hop on and get access to these details. I'll be trying out the latest version of the beta, which is version 2.3. It's one of the revisions that they're currently going for before making it a live version. Anyone can access the beta version of the client. If you download the version that's up here on the actual ModDB site under files, it'll be version 2.1/2.18 patch. If you want to try and get access to the beta, you can go to the Discord page for Final War, which is this SMX Reaver Studios. Go down to the testing chamber. You should have access to this. It's not restricted. Then basically go towards this post, which is Final War 2.3 Release Candidate 1 P4, and you can download it at this link. I may even include this link in the video description to save you having to go all the way here to find the beta access. But the beta basically just has a bunch of changes towards some of the factions, some balance fixes, some new units, and all that good stuff, so we'll be checking those out. But that's all you really need to know from the ModDB page side of things. So with that in mind, let's go over to the game client. Alright, here we are in the game client. So it's very standard for the CNCnet clients that a bunch of RA2 mods / tips on mods use. You can see all the main CNCnet settings appear at the top of the screen. Single player missions have not yet been implemented into this, but they are intended to be in the following updates. I can see that they're discussing about some hypothetical prologue missions and stuff in the Discord channel, so be sure to check that out. We'll mostly be checking out the skirmish. There is online play too. But the idea for this little overview is for us to check out the available factions in game, play a little bit of each of them so we can have a look and see what their units are like, the structures are like, and all that good stuff. So there are 8 current factions: the European Coalition, ATOMOS, Crusaders, Eastern Empire, People's Militia, Okhrana, Remnant Legion, and UAMA. So there are those available in game. We're going to be just doing a couple of, I guess, 1v1s against the easy AI, just so we have a bit of opportunity to actually talk about the unit, the faction, what looks good, what looks kind of interesting, what's a bit more complicated. Using for the most part the basic settings here. There are some levels of customization you can have. I've cranked the credits up to 30,000, going on the faster game speed, and the rest I've left more or less as default. You can enable AI cheating. You can enable building auto repairs, the cool little additional features. You can enable crates. You can have navies enabled on the water maps, and you can have unlimited storage, so you don't get the silos needed from the EVA unless you don't have a refinery or whatever. And then they also have this additional thing which kicks in, alternate gameplay pacing changes suitable for game speed 5. Just pretty interesting idea. I haven't seen something like that specifically called out in the menu. It's also worth noting that this is in fact a beta branch, so some of these things may change over time, even by the time that you're currently looking at the game, so just bear that all in mind. But with all that said, I think we are good to go into our first skirmish. Alright, so first up, going to play as the European coalition against the random empire opponent. Just important to note here that even the easy AI is super aggressive, so I need to spend some time at the start here just getting into a proper defensive type setup before I can start talking a little bit more about the mod itself.
Construction complete.
With starting out, going to get a reactor. You have a choice of these 3 sort of tech options with this faction, which seem to unlock different structures, units, abilities for later on. So depending on your play style, you're going to want to adapt your choices here. So there's the Archeron tech, or there's the Angels of Absolution tech, or there's the Mercenary Warlords. We're just going to go with one of them, Archeron at random. Not super familiar with the differential between the 3 of them. Interesting to have the options though. It means that for multiplayer, like your enemies aren't going to necessarily know what tech choice you've made until the mid to late game, so it'll be hard for them to know in advance how to counter it. Interesting to note, you get 2 harvesters with your initial ref here. That's pretty cool. It means that you're going to have super strong eco. I'm getting quite a lot of infantry here because I have seen that the AI can be quite aggressive early on. So you get a couple of abilities here.
Construction complete.
You can cancel your current contract.
New construction options.
I want to get more chrono miners. Get that eco up.
Hello. I won't be late. Unit lost.
Gonna want to get what's good. Strong versus aircraft, strong vehicles, strong infantry. A couple of robot tanks. Then a few of these squires, which are good against actual tanks. Absolutely wrecking me here. Can build some defensive structures. They have this hailstorm tower, which is kind of like a cryo shooting, or like slows down the enemy infantry units. Can build a airfield, I guess. Gonna want to make sure we keep our power up. Guess we could build walls. Walls aren't really going to be super effective. We'll build our airfield tower over here, get a reactor up. Then they're going to try sneak in this way. Gotta put an end to that. And now we're switching to the squires, which are going to help deal with tanks. Or at least that is the hope. Getting the reactor or 2. I guess an anti-air unit just in case they start sending some air stuff out. There's that reactor radar uplink. Seems like a good choice. You can get a 3rd one of these. Pull back to our turrets. What do we got? 25% ROF vehicles in the 2x5 radius. Heals 3x3 cell of friendly units. Not quite sure what the deal is with this, why I can't use it on certain stuff. I'm missing something there. Looks like we have some enemies coming in this way. And miners deciding to be absolute idiots. Go as far away from the ore as possible. Love to see it. Command center then unlocks access to the battle lab, the chronosphere, and we've got access to a whole bunch of new vehicles.
New construction
So looks like
ore miner under attack. Ore miner under attack.
the war miner here is doing some damage to the chrono miner. Looks like we got access to these cataphract engines. Firing rate increases temporarily. Strong versus looks like everything. Then you have the Icarus array, which does a orbital kind of ion cannon strike after a delayed period of time. Strong V aircraft, debuffs infantry, strong versus infantry, strong versus vehicles. Yeah, we'll go with all those. Take out this. So these are the, what are they called? Seat suits? It's pretty cool. Alright, and again, if you're not familiar with the Phobos engine, the top right there, you can see how many active harvesters we do have available. You can also hover over these units, see what we can build, what we can't build. That's pretty cool. So we can see I have an inactive harvester somewhere. Here he is. Very peculiar. Resource storage low. So here I can build some of these Okhrana tech structures, it looks like, these two. So these are going to be specific to the upgrade you chose earlier on in the game. Nice that it lets you, gives you a couple of options for that. Gonna want to get some more power. You can construct these regen towers too. It seems to do like an AoE heal on your structures and stuff in the area. Put that way too far in the back. That's alright. We're getting through it. It's a little bit dicey. Definitely not, I wouldn't say overly easy. That's for damn sure. Okay, reactor 1. Get on the reactor. What can we build here? Runways. Your call Ares cannon fires long range shells, warheads, splits upon impact into additional. Can maximum of 2. That's worrying.
Construction complete. Building. Unit lost.
That the nuke silo? Must be the nuke silo over there, right? Get under reactor down. We can build a bunch of air units. These White Hawk Striders.
Construction complete.
The cataphract engines seem to be like the way to go. They're good against pretty much everything. They do take a bit of wind-up time, but here's a hero unit. Self-healing, immune to battlefield hazards, build a limit of 1, heals nearby vehicles. Hell yeah. Strong versus aircraft. And I think there's also a hero vehicle. Here it is, the Galapagos Fortress. Passengers fire ports allow passengers to fire at the vehicle. Passengers receive +2 range and 20% increased damage. It's pretty. Seems pretty good. I probably should build a secondary war factory. Research storage low, which means I need to start building more stuff. More of these, more of these, more of these. Collecting ore is alright. Here's the first one of these, maximum 2 that I can build. Should hopefully make things a bit easier. The Archeron Stratus Cannon fires deadly railgun beams. Strong versus infantry and vehicles. Strong versus aircraft. Okay. So we get our second war factory now. Increase our build time. And Icarus here uses satellite income, so we've built a couple of these already. They basically do like a pinpoint area. I don't think this is one of the anti-air units, right? Yeah. Do we have one of the ion units? This is the battle fortress, so you can put a few of these guys in here. This is for the Stratus. Really like the look of the models in this mod. It's pretty cool. Oh, that sucks. Jeez, that took out like half my base. The fuck? At least it didn't do enough damage to take out the Conyard, but still, that's pretty painful. I lost my barracks, so I need to get that back up in action. Need to keep building vehicles. So a few of these, a few obliterators. Got another hero vehicle here. Grants autoloader, grants quick fix power, grants satellite. Seems good. Probably want to get that up. Barracks, get more reactors going.
Repairing. New construction options. Training. Construction complete.
All right. So far so good. We're still in it. Still in it. We can build a battle lab. Yeah, I don't think we have. Or if we have, it's gotten blown to shreds. Here's the what's this guy? These are the debilitators. So these are your disruptors called debilitator platforms. This guy's the Warsmith Auxiliary, so he buffs the units around him. It's pretty good. So I do like the idea that they're giving both hero, tanks, and vehicles, so it's not just like a one or the other situation. Guess I want to try and get some of the super weapons here. Try show them off if I get the opportunity. But my power is kind of dire. I do have the satellite strike ability.
Select target.
It needs to be within a certain area though, looks like. Yeah. So I should try that out. The regen tower. Get another one of these.
Construction complete.
Again, once again, I really like the aesthetic of them. It fits the RA2 kind of engine pretty well. Looks the part. These got this little force here building slowly over time, is doing a solid job. Refinery upgrade, yes, definitely want that.
Nuclear missile launch.
Oh
Base
no.
is under attack. Unit lost.
So lost a bunch of power for the most part, it looked like there. Lost my racks again.
Select target.
Satellite strike, try it here.
Unit lost.
That's pretty good.
Our base is under attack. Repairing.
Do I have like a reactor upgrade or something here? I feel like the power situation is kind of a pain in the ass to try and get back once it goes down like that.
Our base is under attack. Unit lost. Ore miner under attack. Construction
Under
complete.
attack over here. What?
Ore miner under attack.
We got our barracks back up.
Ore miner under attack. Reinforcements ready. New construction options.
Lost our battle lab again.
Unit promoted.
In the chute. Got it. In the clear. We'll go. Got it. Focused in.
Guess they can't focus on individual units. It's an EMP effect against ground targets. Gotcha. So they can't target structures. I'll put the battle lab over here this time, and then we'll try get the weather control device.
Construction complete. New construction options. Building. Building.
Guess we get one of these cannons on this side as well now that we're kind of spread out this way.
Our base is under attack. Repairing.
Nice.
Repairing. Construction complete. Our base is under attack. Cannot deploy here.
Guess here seems to be where a bunch of guys are coming in.
Unit lost.
This is going to knock me low power too.
Construction
So I
complete.
just seem to need to be mindful of that.
Cannot deploy here. Our base is under attack. Low power. Our base is under attack. Warning. Nuclear missile launch. Unit lost. Ore miner.
God, I wish they would stop taking out the
Construction complete. Building.
barracks and the power.
Repairing.
I almost lost the refinery there as well. Am I only current refinery? I should get a secondary refinery. Set it up on this side.
Construction complete. Our base is under attack.
The Chronosphere is also the secondary. You can see it here. The Chronosphere is the secondary option that I'll get. But I'm more curious just to see what level of damage the
Repairing.
weather control machine will
Our
do.
base is under attack.
And then I think we'll move on to one of the other factions because we spent quite a bit on this one.
Building. Unit ready.
Finery.
Building.
Maybe there's eco over here too. I don't actually know. Not familiar with the maps.
Cannot deploy here. Unit ready.
This has to be put on your existing refinery. Oh, that's a bit weird.
Shield ready.
Runway, so you can build additional planes without having to get a new airstrip.
Construction complete. Select target.
So there's the auto repair in effect. Get this down over here and get a Rax. Get 2 Raxes this time.
Unit ready. Unit promoted. Construction complete. Our base is under attack. New construction options. Unit lost. Construction complete. Repairing. Building. Training. Unit ready.
More reactors.
Standing by. Confirm. Keeping the peace. In the clear.
Construction complete. Cannot deploy here.
It's pretty fun.
Tactical unit.
Interesting style of mod. Faction has a nice feel to it.
Nuclear missile launched.
It's its own thing. It doesn't necessarily feel like it's super similar to, like, let's say the Allies or something like that.
Repairing. Building.
It obviously shares the same kind of type of unit system, which is, you know, kind of expected in terms of the lore and all that kind of stuff. But it's pretty good. Lightning Storm stops charging as you're out of power. It's like, come on.
Construction complete.
Really like the look of these tanks. Keep forgetting the name of them. The Cataphract? The Cataphract engine. It's pretty good.
Unit promoted.
I gotta stop letting these guys do this.
Our base is under attack. Building. Lightning storm ready.
Lightning Storm ready.
Construction
Cool.
complete.
Just gonna put that over here.
Lightning storm created.
See, I used it over here. He uses defensive structures to protect his ion cannon instead.
Unit
And then we'll
promoted.
come in this side.
Unit lost.
Hopefully do enough damage here.
Unit lost.
Potentially not by the looks of it. He's got a lot of stuff.
Unit lost. Unit promoted. Unit lost. Unit lost.
And we'll take out the ion cannon while we're
Unit
here.
lost. Unit lost.
Nice.
Unit lost.
So not quite enough of a force, but I think you get the general idea for how the faction feels.
Unit lost.
Rather than waste time, you know, rebuilding up the army and attacking again, I think we'll leave it there. It's pretty fun. It's interesting to check out this faction, see how it plays. But now we'll go on to the next faction. So GG's.
Battle control terminated.
Alright, so next up we're going to try play as the ATOMOS, and this time we're going to go against a random Eurocol faction. Why not? Mix it up. Use the same settings as before. Normal credits will crank this up to like 30,000. Faster speed, single dog, all these settings are the same. A lot of nice structures in this map, so I figure we may as well try it out. Well, let's go. Complex prototype. Okay. So similar, it looks like again it's one of the kind of Allied-esque factions, the European Alliance style. Getting the reactors for the Eurocol.
Construction complete. Building.
Getting a barracks. And we're spawning on the top right, which means the enemy's on the bottom left. Looks like a bit of a small map, so I should be careful. The Allied probably going to charge straight first, head first into me. Build a bunch of rangers,
Unit ready.
bunch of attack
New
dogs.
construction options.
Get ourselves a refinery up. You can garrison buildings, as you might expect in a Red Alert mod.
Structure garrison.
It'd be a bit unusual if you couldn't.
Structure garrison.
Unusual, but not unheard of. Okay.
Standing by. En route.
Construction complete.
Ore refinery down, get a war factory. Getting the 2 harvesters with your ore refiners in this mod is pretty nice.
New construction.
It's like a nice way of like steamrolling your eco when you're starting on low cash.
Right here. Confirm. Standing by. Scanning.
Structure garrison.
This is more just for map control, popping a few units into these structures.
On point.
Unit
Feels
lost.
like this is kind of like the crossing point, okay.
Construction complete. Training.
So now we've got a war factory down. Gonna build some chrono miners.
New
We'll see how
construction
just much this varies. We have an archer platform, it's a bit different.
Unit lost. Construction.
No, I think we've seen that before.
Structure abandoned.
Okay, we chose archer on here last time. I guess we'll try angels.
Construction options.
See how it stacks up. Airfields.
Unit ready.
I mean, we'll try it out.
New rally point established.
We got the relapse repair truck, seems cool. And build a couple of shadow miners.
Construction complete.
Shadow miners, they've got partial cloaking, immune to parasites, and pilot sniping weapons. EMP effects are halved against this vehicle. So they've gone for like custom harvester style for the different factions, which I really like. That's a nice element of variety.
Unit ready.
Oh, this guy's just being a goofball because the rally points over there. We can build overseer drones.
Building.
Seems a bit like your standard chaos drones from Red Alert 2.
Building.
Hailstorm, get the airstrip
New
down.
construction options. Construction complete. Unit ready.
Get one of these here. We want to get a couple of these down. Always seems worthwhile.
Construction complete. Unit lost.
After this reactor, we're going to want to get the radar.
Construction complete.
So even though you seem to get the minimap by default in this, didn't seem to be a toggleable option necessarily.
On hold.
Didn't really use as much last time, so we won't invest too heavily in them. But you get the minimap by default, it looks like, in this mod. I didn't see an option in the settings to disable it for skirmishes. It's not necessarily a problem or anything.
Unit ready. Training.
I
Unit
think they're
lost.
interesting units. It's a bit different.
New construction.
Get the radar drone off, now we can get the command center. We can build some scape shift MLRSs. Yes, please. Sounds good. Stallion gunship.
Unit lost.
First passenger is fire support.
Construction complete.
Sure, try it out.
Cannot
What's
deploy
this
shield.
contract? Cancel current contract now. We'll keep that contract going.
Unit ready.
Ares support cannon, we can get some of these down. Enemy's got the chronosphere up. So here's the MLRS, floaty boy. Pretty cool. Interesting mix of the unit types here, like these being the more like kind of robotic bronze color, whereas the more standard tanks and stuff are more metallic iron sort of color.
Construction complete.
The masquerade engine, Ares effects cloak generator. That cannot cloak itself. Alright.
Unit
It's
ready.
like a gap generator sort of. I guess we'll get that. We've got some siege suits in here. Oh, we can build rocketeers with this faction. Hell yes. Refractor, warhead splits.
Unit ready.
Couple of these, sure.
Unit ready. New rally point established.
It is time.
Unit ready.
My pleasure.
These can't go inside the
Unit ready.
chopper, but we'll put a rocket man in it. So normally he just fires like this. Curious to see if this changes it. Yeah, it does. So now he's got rockets. That's pretty cool.
Construction complete. Unit
It's
ready.
your stealth generator unit, right?
New construction options. Unit ready.
Battle lab, we'll put this down here. I want to get the reactor up.
Building. Low power. Unit ready. Building.
Gunships,
New
sounds
construction
good.
options.
An ECC Tanya is a hero vehicle. Spawns multiple drones that are effective against infantry vehicle and aircraft. Deploy to release an area of effect EMP. The ethereal siege engine fires long-range lightning cloud bursts after a short delay. Okay, a couple of these.
Our base is under attack.
Fires
Construction
precise
complete.
weapon that deals high explosive damage. Yeah.
Unit ready. Repairing. Low power. Our base is under attack. Unit ready. Unit lost. Insufficient funds.
Okay, I'm getting the feel for it. Burton here is a hero infantry, self-healing, immune to battlefield hazards. Dual plasma cannons use varying munitions to fire with needed effectiveness. Strong
Unit
versus
ready.
infantry vehicles.
Construction complete.
Okay. Particle cannon. Raise an orbital particle cannon. Strike at a target.
Building. Unit ready.
That sounds pretty cool. So instead of the weather control device, this faction gets access to that super weapon. Orbital drop pods. Deploys veteran rangers and javelins to the battlefield.
Select target.
Yes, please.
Our base is under attack.
We're using the more defensive role for now.
Ore miner under attack. Unit lost.
I have my rocket men here that I just dropped off. Thankfully, they can deal with the rocket men.
Unit lost.
Harvester's doing a little bit of long range mining. Temple array. Refinery upgrade, I guess? Nah.
Cancel.
Well, I don't know why. I didn't mean to build the radar there. I meant to build power. The ECC Tanya's coming along. A couple of refractors.
Construction complete.
We're getting there.
Our base is under attack. Force shield ready.
Oof.
Unit lost. Unit lost.
Ouch. Warp reactor? Increase production speeds of infantry and vehicles. Warp drives. Passively requests chronosphere reinforcements. Restores shield of friendly units at recharge. 8 siege suits can be requested via orbital support. Damn.
Repairing.
Um,
Our base is under attack.
do I really not have any anti-air here? Or was there something that... Yeah. Something there I was able to hit
Ore
it.
miner under attack.
Okay, you go down there, deal with that. The particle cannon is really the next thing that I wanted to try see.
Unit ready. Our base is under attack.
Static defenses seem pretty important against this faction, especially if they've got like the chronosphere tech available.
Unit ready.
Come on, where's my eco
Unit
at?
ready. On
Stop
hold.
building rocketeers.
Cancel.
What's the situation? 10-4, sir. Tactical unit. En route.
Our base is under attack. Unit ready.
So this is the
Structure abandoned.
Tanya unit, right?
Unit lost.
With the ethereal siege engine.
En route.
Unit ready.
Ah, there's the...
Construction complete. Our base is under attack.
Ouch.
Repairing. Unit ready.
It's like, okay, rude, but okay. Respect it. This is the Tanya unit. Okay, get a reactor, and then we'll try to get the particle cannon. We'll show that.
Unit ready.
Firing.
Construction complete. Cannot deploy here. Building. Unit ready. Insufficient
I mean, they
funds.
just used it on us, so I guess we could kind of already see it in action.
Unit ready.
10-4, sir.
Our base is under attack. Repairing. Unit promoted. Unit ready. Unit lost. Unit ready. Unit promoted.
Okay. I'd like to take out their particle cannon here before they use it on me.
Unit lost.
That would be nice.
Unit lost. Unit lost. Unit lost.
Take out the battle lab to delay them building it back
Unit
and
lost.
pull back.
Unit lost. Unit lost.
Artificer tanks arriving at 125. This is from our tech structure, I guess.
Unit lost. Construction complete.
Put this in the back.
Building. Repairing. Unit lost. Unit lost.
siege suits drop down,
Select
eh?
target. Construction complete.
So there seems to be a lot bigger emphasis here on those special drops and unit abilities here. That can really turn the tide, especially in a PvP matchup. If your opponent's doing a specific build, or if you're planning a timed attack, you could use those drops to your advantage, either to distract your opponent or to reinforce your main frontal assault, which is pretty cool. Particle cannons ready in what, 7-20 minutes?
Our base is under attack.
I had a feeling something was gonna come.
Unit promoted. Unit lost.
All options are open. We understand.
Building.
A few more of these, I guess, and a few more of these.
Ore miner under attack.
Ever try parking one of these?
Unit ready. Ore miner under attack. Unit ready.
Greetings, Commander. You got it. Greetings, Commander. 10-4, sir. Looks good.
Doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo.
Greetings, Commander.
Unit ready. Our base is under attack. Repairing. Our base is under
I
attack.
do like the particle effects here, the explosions and stuff as well.
Unit ready.
Looks very nice. I think we pissed off the AI.
Training. Unit lost. Unit ready. Unit ready. Ore miner under attack.
Particle cannon in 147. Here's our orbital siege that we can do.
Select target. Our base
Just
is
to
under
show how
attack.
randomly effective, you can pop it in here to the middle of the
Unit
base.
lost.
Reinforcements.
Our base is under attack. Unit ready.
I guess you can build a Patriot missile.
Unit ready.
And our particle cannon is just about ready.
Unit ready. Select target.
Guess we'll do it
Construction
here.
complete. Unit ready. Our base
Oof,
is under attack.
it's pretty satisfying.
Cannot deploy here. Repairing.
Alright, we'll just send them all. This will be our last hurrah, then we'll switch to the next faction.
Unit ready. Insufficient funds. Unit ready. Unit ready. Unit lost. Unit promoted. Unit ready.
So the AI is pretty persistent with their building, like they do a decent job. They seem to tech up pretty quick. They get the super weapons, which you can disable if you don't want to deal with that yourself.
Unit lost.
But from everything I've seen here, it'll be pretty fun in a multiplayer setting. If you're focusing specifically on a certain faction,
Unit ready.
considering that there's 8 factions in the game, I'm guessing it's like a half and half split between like the Empire and the European
Unit
coalition.
lost.
But
Unit
the fact that
ready.
you're able to just pop in,
Unit lost.
pick your faction, but then also choose these individual upgrade paths,
Unit lost.
which indicate some of your later tech stuff, whether it's defensive, whether it's offensive, and all that kind of stuff. It's pretty cool, and just being able to do drops at random in the enemy base,
Select target.
which kind of, obviously sucks for them. You can do your force shield stuff as a last-ditch effort to defend against like a nuke or something like that.
Unit lost.
It's pretty good as well. So there's plenty of options.
Our base is under attack.
But I think, I think that's gonna do it for our look at this faction. Again, you just build up your forces, come in here and finish off the rest of them. But yeah, GG's. Interesting.
Battle control terminated.
Okay, so next up we're going to try as the Crusaders. We'll go back to an Empire opponent. Similar settings here, normal tactics, 3000, yada yada. Interesting map, Little Big Bay revised. Potential some good stuff here for a custom tile set, potentially. We'll try it out. Let's pop on in.
Building.
It looks like we're starting on towards the bottom left corner of the map. Send our dog out, do some scouting. So similar to the last few the last few of the sides that we've looked at. Start off with the standard opener. It seems like the base structures don't necessarily change a huge amount between these subfactions. I guess we'll try mercenary warlords this time. The base structures don't seem to change a huge amount between the kind of subfactions, if you like. But you do get access to, you know, specific drop tech or else specific defensive structures and all that. So I guess we're going to get away with a early scout here at the opponent's base. Maybe even get his engineer. Oh, hey, I didn't get it. Damn. Close though. So you get mercenaries here too? Sure.
Unit ready. Construction complete.
Since the ally built since the AI built a engineer, it makes me think there's something capturable. So it's really an oil tech derrick around a bit. There's an expansion node here, I think. I think that's what that is. Yeah, expansion outpost, so you can build off this. We'll definitely be getting a engineer over to that.
Unit lost. Construction complete.
And then we want to get ourselves a secondary refinery. We build Hellfires with Sidewinder tanks. First is infantry.
Building. Unit lost.
Okay, they actually have quite a lot coming our way already.
Unit lost.
I'm really scared.
Building.
We're going to lose this expansion post, it looks like. That kind of sucks.
Construction complete. Unit ready. New construction options. Unit ready. Unit ready. Unit lost.
So, try keep this, but
Ore miner under
they're also coming at us with their amphibious units across the water.
Unit lost. Unit ready. Unit lost.
Get a radar here. They're also coming at us from this side. They're coming at us from three sides.
Unit lost.
Super intense.
Unit ready.
Lashers, I think these are good versus vehicles. Yeah,
Unit lost.
looks like they're supposed to be anyway.
Building. Unit lost. Construction complete. Unit lost. Unit ready. Our base is under attack. Unit lost. Training.
Okay, get some of
Unit
these.
lost. Unit ready. Unit lost. Repairing. Our base is under attack. Unit ready. Unit lost. Unit ready. New construction options. Unit ready.
Oof, that was
Our base is under
dicey to say the
Unit
least.
ready.
At least we're starting to look in a bit more better shape.
Unit ready. Ore miner under attack. Our base is under attack. Construction complete. Unit ready. Our base is under attack. Unit lost.
We want to get some of the hailstorms, I think.
Building. Our base is under attack. Low power. Unit lost. Unit ready. New construction options. Building. Ore miner under attack. Our base is under attack. Unit lost. Repairing. Ore miner under attack.
Okay, next up we want to get Crusaders support gate. That's if the passive aircraft production, area of effect targeted debuff,
Ready.
equates to the Skyguard gunship, Javelin, Puma power drop.
Ore miner under attack. Our base is under attack. Ore miner under attack. Unit lost. Unit ready. Repairing.
Looks like they're going up and around now.
Unit ready. Building. On hold. Cancel.
Get the cannon, seems a good choice.
Unit ready. Ore miner under attack. Our base is under attack. Our base is under attack. Unit ready. Unit ready.
Whew. Alright, we're live somehow. AI is not going easy on us. Our eco situation's kind of terrible because we've been trying to survive for so long.
Building. Construction complete. Low power.
Look around. Well, let's get to work.
Unit
Hello,
lost.
sir. Well, let's get to work. I could use
I mean, I guess we should try go for this.
Oh yeah. How's your day,
Resources in the back.
Well, let's get to work.
Supply pad provides additional credits.
Building.
Seems good. Expensive, but good. So there are definitely these different unique structure build paths that you can go for on these factions. I guess it's good for you to be just kind of aware of what playstyle you want to go for and practice it a little bit before you commit to a specific faction. One that aligns better with whether you like to eco build or tech build or just go early infantry.
Repairing. Unit ready. Repairing.
This guy's going for something over here.
Unit ready.
Looks like there's actually a tech
On
expand
hold.
post over here, so that's cool.
Unit lost. Cannot deploy here.
We will bunker. Turn up the speed.
Unit ready.
Hi. Alrighty then.
Reinforcements ready.
I think getting an engineer over here would be very nice. We can build some extra things: a scavenger heavy tank, a firefly drone, skyguard gunship, a whirlwind. Let's get a couple of skyguard gunships.
Unit lost.
We can try that.
Unit
We've got the
lost.
supply drop here now.
I'm ready.
Our base is under
Command.
attack. Unit ready.
Focus fire beacon, poison 2x2 area debuff that reduces armor by 25%. IFV power drop deploys 2 loaded IFVs.
Our
Sure.
base is under attack. Unit
In they
ready.
come, that's cool. So we'll power drop IFVs. We'll try get our
Building.
power situation sorted. This is dead, yikes. So the AI really does not like you expanding at all.
Ore miner under attack. Unit lost. Unit lost. Construction complete. Unit lost.
Okay, reactor's ready.
Unit lost.
Get a bat lab.
Ore miner under attack. Unit ready.
I've seen it all. I'll be
You
there.
can kind of see what the AI is going for here in terms of their base building.
Where we go?
But the primary things I've noticed with this faction: flanker, Nimbus suit reduces the speed of hit targets, strong versus vehicles. Okay. So you got kind of these like aircraft units seems to be the primary focus of it, and you get some passively through this gate building,
Lost.
In the clear.
Unit ready.
which is fair enough.
Reinforcements ready.
Tunnel APC carries 3 passengers, moves underground.
Building. Our base
Guess
is
some
under attack.
whirlwinds.
Unit lost. Unit ready. Unit lost. Ore miner under attack. Unit lost.
How's your day, sir?
Guess we'll send these over here.
Construction complete. Unit lost.
Battle lab can go over here, and then this faction gets access to the weather control, which we've seen in previous builds.
Unit lost.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Unit lost.
So you get an idea for what this faction is about.
Unit
There's a little bit of an intense wind-up there. Not quite sure what aggroed the AI so much. Maybe scouting it so early. But just as a reminder, this is in fact, you know, a beta build, so some of this may change.
Unit ready.
But we've got access to the Spectre Towers, kind of standard for this. The special features, you know, you got a motor knot here, special hero unit, self-healing, immune to battlefield hazards. Ammo weapons fire longer range, mortar, and debuffs enemy speed, strong versus infantry and buildings.
Our base is under attack. Unit ready.
Whirlwind, I'm already seeing a hero vehicle for this
Unit
faction.
lost. Unit lost. Our base is
And
under
I have
attack.
the, I guess
Unit
rather
lost.
than that, you get like the
Our
Skyport
base
units.
is under attack.
You get like the scavenger heavy tanks,
Unit lost. Our base is under attack.
elite experience mercenary. Yeah,
Our
like
base is under attack.
don't quite see a hero unit in the works here.
Unit
Whoops.
lost.
We'll test the attack in the back.
Our base is under attack. Unit ready. Construction complete. Our base is under attack. Building.
Guess I've no power, so this stuff isn't firing, huh?
Ore miner under attack. Ore miner under attack. Our base is under attack. Unit ready.
Give me the word.
Construction complete. Ore miner under attack. Building. Ore miner under attack. Our base is under attack. Repairing. Select target. Unit ready. Our base is under attack. Building.
And they love to prioritize taking out your racks, it seems. It's happened to me in a couple of these skirmishes already. Not quite sure why they care so much about the rack. I guess the tech stuff that it enables or disables for you.
Unit ready. Construction complete. New
And I
construction
can just
option.
have it up here instead.
Unit lost. Unit ready.
Secondary warship. Guess you might just go in with this, similar to the last ones, and just charge it. See how they get on, and then we'll pop into the next
Our base is
faction.
under attack.
It's interesting. Seems like a more of an airbound based faction.
Unit ready. Our base is under attack. Reinforcements ready. Unit lost. Unit lost. Our base is under attack. Unit ready. Our base is under attack. Unit lost. Warning, Iron Curtain detected. Unit lost.
Iron current detected, but they've no power to use it.
Unit ready. Select target.
Guess you're meant to use the force fire on your enemy, not not debuff your own
Unit
units.
ready.
But that's the symbol that demonstrates in game, just to show you.
Unit promoted.
But yeah, looks like it's a win.
Select target. Our base is under attack.
Curious if you need to get navies. Yeah, you do need to get the
Our
naval
base
to
is
win.
under attack.
Hey, there we go. GG's.
Unit ready.
GG's. Alright, next up we're going to try out the first of the Empire factions. So we're going to go with the Eastern Empire. We'll go against the random Euro Coalition. We're going to try it out here on Cabana Republic, classic Warrior 2 map. We're going to again go on to boosted credits at the start, just so we can get into the tech pretty quick. And let's try it out. Not quite sure. It'll take a little bit to adjust to the new tech,
Building.
but test a reactor. Custom MCV, it's pretty cool.
Construction
Nice look to it. Get the tester reactor, you get the barracks. I like the tile sets that they have for these maps, they look pretty good. I guess we got a battle fortress. Barracks, I guess I'll put here.
Building. New construction option.
A couple more attack dogs, like the cameo that they added for it.
Training.
A couple of pyro scripts.
Units ready.
Huh. And then flak crew. And then the
Units
classic
ready.
Tesla troopers as well. Sure. We're going to hold on to the
Units ready.
I like the barrack structure. We're going to hold on to the battle bunker until we need it. We'll place it in an appropriate position.
If you say so.
So we've got one of these.
Building. Unit lost.
Dead. I think that there's usually tech structures here on this map. I played it on a couple of mods. I'm sure it's in the base RA2 as well. Guess we'll go to Angels this time. Why not? So it seems that regardless of what side you're on, you can pick between those three sort of subcontracts. Whether you're on the Empire side or you're on the more European coalition side. Shadow Miner, we get 2 of these. Flak Tracks, Overseer Drones, and a Bullet Chapter.
New construction options.
They've all changed now that I got the contract, or something's changed. Maybe build War Miners instead, okay. Flak Track, Bison, Bullet. I guess I'll build my defensive structure here. I'm a little paranoid, they haven't attacked me yet. I know they're going to very soon. Here is a tech secret lab. Interesting.
Unit ready. New rally point established.
Alright, here they come.
Unit lost. Our base is under
Fall back to this.
Unit ready. Unit
We'll get some bisons, we'll get a couple of flak tracks,
ready.
a couple of bullets.
Ready. Unit ready.
So here's your bison tank, twin shooting barrels. Get another reactor, then we get the radar and the
New construction options.
Empire War Center. Provides additional tech,
Complete.
provides support powers.
Unit ready. Unit
Sounds
lost.
good. Airfield, I guess we should get one of those.
Unit ready. Unit lost. Unit ready.
It's taken me a couple of games to warm up, but at this point I'm feeling a little bit more secure around what the AI can and can't do.
Unit ready. New construction options.
He says moments before he gets absolutely dunked on by the AI. Wait till you see.
Unit
What do we got going on here? So, mobile armory, buffs vehicle, rate of fire.
building.
That seems good. A War Master tank. Sounds particularly useful.
Construction.
Fodder artillery deployed to overload engines, gaining damage over time and a 50% ROF bonus. Weapon damage penetrates garrisons. Very cool. A Wyvern carryall transports single vehicle on the underside. Can place vehicles anywhere on the map where the carryall can land. That's cool. So you're giving one of your factions the ability to use carryall tech.
Ready.
A Dragon Wing Bomber, strafing run, drops smoke bombs that disables weapons in the blast radius.
Unit ready.
The enemies built the Okhrana ship, that's fine. The Hydra gunship, floating anti-air, that sounds good. Flak shells are effective against groups. Gatling rounds are effective against single target. Missile weapons are effective against both.
Unit ready. Cannot deploy here. Low power. New construction options.
And here's the War Master tank. It's basically Tesla tank. Here's the healing slash rate of fire buffer,
Medic ready.
I believe.
Construction complete.
We've got our choppers. We've got our flaks. This is a pretty good combination of units going on over here. Industrial plant, grant access to strategic production. They buff several units, only one can be active at a time. Strategy can be changed after 1 minute cooldown. Installs terror drone survivors from new Bison and War Master tanks. Can be spied to reset. Yada yada. Cool.
Unit
Here's the Fallout artillery. Looks like it does pretty much what you would expect. Scorcher fires flaming projectiles. I think a few of those around the base, because I know this the European coalition is known to use power drops.
construction complete.
So just get a couple of them. We almost have enough for a drone drop here. Power drops a repair drone, which sounds pretty useful. So we'll put some of our weakened vehicles back here.
Ready.
Power drop this amongst them. So the industrial plant, put up here.
Building. New construction.
It's cool using the twin shoots. Oh shit.
Repairing.
Chrono ships. There's that to worry about as well.
Construction complete.
And looks like they got my racks again. The AI absolutely love taking out your racks in this. Like wow. In terms of special structures, I can build an Iron Curtain, which we've seen. I'll build the Empire Battle Lab, see what it'll give us access to. We can build Desolators, hell yeah. We can get Terror Drones, and we can also get Black Hand, resistance to dog attack, strong versus infantry, strong versus buildings.
Unit ready.
pretty cool.
Unit ready.
Any other tanks here?
Unit ready. Building.
Warlord tank? Pretty sure we have one of these already.
Unit ready.
Passenger fire ports? Fire supports, I guess, right?
Our base is under attack. Reinforcements ready. Repairing.
Can I build? It'd be nice if I could build
Power.
a nuke
Unit
or like
ready.
power
Building.
extension.
New construction options. Unit lost. Construction complete. Building.
Get
Unit
the desolators and the black hand and the drones in the mix here now.
Construction complete.
Cool.
Construction
Get a couple of Tesla coils around the base.
Building in progress.
Let's make sure it doesn't knock us low power, and we can build a missile silo. Build Kurovs, so I think it's almost mandatory when you're playing as the bad guys, so to speak, the Soviets / the Empire here, to build some Kurovs.
Unit ready.
Then we also got the Iron Sky here as the hero aircraft, self-healing, immune to battlefield hazards, build limit of 1.
Unit lost. Repairing. Unit lost.
Okay, and this Kurov seems to send out like 2 or 3 little mini drones,
Unit
so it
promoted.
behaves differently.
Unit ready.
It's over here, so I can hear him, but I don't know where he is.
Unit
Here's the
ready.
Warlord.
Reinforcements
You
ready.
can see it there with the altered attack when you have a unit inside of it. He was using one of these guys, the Black Hand. It's pretty cool.
Our base is under attack. Select target. Unit ready.
Oof.
Building.
Press it.
Force
This.
field ready.
Repair drone, get one of these down. Weld armor on drones. Increases the armor of terror and repair drones in a 3x3 area. There's some here.
Unit
Produce enriched fuel strategy. Engines are fed enriched fuel. 25% increased speed for these. 25% increased damage for these. Or 15% increased rate of fire for these. That seems good. So there's a lot of additional strategy with this mod in terms of like those special abilities and using them to try and min-max your defense versus your
Our base is under attack.
well, you're not defense. Also have access to Boris as our hero infantry, very nice.
Unit ready.
Kind of like the War Masters and a couple of Warlords, I guess. Kurovs seem good as like kind of like a general attacking support because they have all those like flying drones.
Repairing. Unit
Um,
ready.
Where do you want this test out? I guess here?
Reinforcements ready.
Yeah, feels very different to the you know, the European coalition side of things. The Empire has their own feel. It's very Soviet-esque, which I think is, you know, kind of par for the course when you're trying to be like the so-called bad guys in like Red Alert 2 mod.
Unit ready.
But they also feel unique enough. Like the structures and things look really nice.
Our base is under attack.
Super weapons look pretty cool too. It's a nice combo they have here where they use their like iron cannon and then come in and just absolutely
Building.
give you a bad day.
Ready. Our base is under attack. Unit lost. Unit promoted.
Activation of oh, amount of power. Okay, that's cool. So you can't use abilities if you don't have power to use them. It makes sense. Pesky AI ruining our plans.
Base is under attack. Unit lost. Repairing.
We should really just bring these guys back.
Unit lost. Our
Dang.
base is under attack.
Taking out our war factory. That won't do.
Construction complete. Unit lost. Unit promoted. Building. Cannot deploy. Low power. Reinforcements ready.
Reinforcements ready. Power drop.
Select target. Reinforcements ready. Unit ready. ready.
Minor power drop.
Insufficient
That's a
funds.
cool idea.
Repairing. Construction complete. Cannot deploy here. New rally point established. Our base is under attack. New construction options.
Alright, it's about the time we take the whole crew and we just go head first into the enemy. Let's go. Let's see how this works out. We're missing a lot of power. We're also missing our barracks. I guess we'll just mass a bunch of bisons.
Ore miner under
Sneaky,
attack.
using the amphibious units to come around the side.
Unit ready.
Test out the bombers on it. So the smoke ability will make it weapons disrupted is what it says there.
Lost. Repairing.
Alright,
Unit
let's just go for it, see how we get on.
ready. New rally point established. Our base is under attack. Unit lost. Unit promoted. Unit lost. Unit lost. Ore miner under attack. Unit lost.
See if we can get through their barrage of defense here.
Lost. Ore miner under attack. Unit lost. Unit ready. Repairing.
Okay, okay.
Lost. Ore miner
Doing some damage.
Unit lost. Insufficient funds.
Oof, it's not looking too bright for the Empire here.
Unit lost. Unit lost.
Not so much.
Promoted.
But you get the gist for what the faction is going for. A bit of a better army composition, using some more long range units, taking advantage of the use of the bottles and the dragon wings to take out the static defenses there would be really good.
Ore miner
Yeah, pretty fun. Good look at what the first of the Empire factions looks like,
unit lost.
as well as like how the different combinations of abilities and stuff plays. So yeah, it's pretty good. GG's, GG's.
Battle control terminated.
Alright, next up we're going to take a look at the People's Militia against a random Empire opponent. Picking out the map here, Strobe. Looks like it might have some interesting lighting effects, and we're going to go straight into it. So let's go.
Building.
Looks like we got a nice bright green color going on here.
Construction complete. Cannot deploy here. Building. Construction complete. Building. New construction options.
Again, similar starting structures here for the Empire or infantry. Nothing too crazy different. You can choose between these three. I guess we go up to Okhrana this time. You can see the enemy here. Good scout of their base.
Training. Unit ready. Construction complete. Cannot deploy.
What
here.
factory?
Building. New construction options.
Do like the miner style here with the ore going up the front of the Empire style miner. It's pretty cool. Scorcher. Guess we'll have one of these in the back burner just in case we get attacked.
Construction complete.
Guess we want to get a second refinery back here too. Although there's a lot of cliffs and stuff, make it a little bit messy.
New construction options.
We'll see if we can actually make that work for us. Get 2 more miners. Now we can build in a furnace which explodes on that. That sounds dangerous. Or we can get bisons. So I think bisons are probably our better option here. I feel a little bit sketchy about having these explosive. I guess we'll get 2 of them. They're good versus infantry. I do feel sketchy about having things that can blow up around my base though, because inevitably they will. And I'll forget about it and be like, what's going on? Absolute disaster. Oh yeah, there we go. That's pretty nice. Nice tucked away.
Unit ready.
Uh,
Construction complete. Ore miner under attack.
okay, already taking care of some early aggression here from the AI.
Ore miner under attack. Unit ready. Unit ready. Our base under attack. Unit ready.
Moving.
Construction complete.
Okay.
Unit lost.
Here's your radar.
Cannot deploy here. Construction complete. New construction options. Construction complete. Cannot deploy
Get a
here.
power plant down.
Ore miner under attack.
Next
Repair.
up, I guess we get the airfields.
Our base is under attack. Unit lost. Unit lost.
Yeah, I seem to absolutely love this side of my base.
Unit lost. Our base is under attack. Ore miner under attack.
So we get the airfield like what over here.
Building.
Interesting map with all of these bumps and like ridges. It makes placing your structures quite worrisome.
Unit lost.
But not like in a particularly bad way. It's just like something you have to be aware of. What do we got here? Some new units. We got a Maverick.
Training.
Everyone loves a Maverick. Some demo cycles. Probably want to avoid those exploding too much. It's not really a play style I'm a huge fan of. But cool that they included it. Some people like it.
Unit lost.
Build units, just absolutely devastate your enemy by charging into them with it. What we got here? Preserver ambulance. Unarmed. Westman auxiliary. Hero unit. Wyverns, dragon warns. Yeah.
Building.
Okay, so I think we want to get a bunch of these hammer mobile turrets.
Unit lost. Ore miner under attack. Unit ready.
Cool. War center is what we need. Bit delayed off the mark getting these.
Ore miner under attack. Unit ready.
I guess dogs or something. They're sending a lot of infantry our
Ore
way.
miner under attack. Unit lost.
It's a bit weird.
Unit ready.
Okay,
New
it's the
construction
war
options.
center. Can build a reactor for power, iron curtain,
Unit
battle
ready.
lab, a militia recruitment center.
Building. Unit ready.
All right, interesting. So we'll see what that's about.
Unit ready.
Hellstorm. These are some of the Archon tech units,
Unit
structures.
ready. Construction complete. Unit ready.
Just build the recruitment center back here. We need to get a reactor down. Hopefully I can place it here and it'll fit.
Construction complete. New rally point established.
Waiting order. Location confirmed.
The Hellstorm.
Low power.
I was afraid of that.
Construction complete. Building.
Okay, it'll fit there. Empire Battle Lab, I want one of those. We can build a cataphract engine again.
Building.
Very cool. We can build these different kind of crawlers.
Reinforcements ready.
Carry 6, carry 6, carry 6. Vehicle weapon changes based on the first passenger. Vehicle weapon changes based on the first passenger. It's preloaded with flak passengers. This one's preloaded with shock passengers. Okay, so you can get your the unit basically changes based on what the first infantry is, but you can also buy it with that pre-installed. That's a cool idea.
Construction
Different.
complete. Unit lost.
Stratus defense structures.
Reinforcements ready. Our base is under attack. Repairing. Unit lost. New construction options.
Okay, and then we can build a multi-missile silo, which we saw in one of the first games that we checked out.
Our base is under attack. Unit
Crazy Iceman Obliterator. Strong versus vehicles. Hero infantry, get one of those.
Our base is under attack. Unit promoted. Unit
Oh, these aren't my units.
unit ready. Cannot deploy here.
I guess we need to get another Scorcher in here.
Our base is under attack. Construction complete. Unit ready. Cannot
Cheeky.
deploy here.
Quick
Select
fix.
target. Unit ready. Select target. Unit
What?
ready.
Must be used within 15 of the Warsmith.
Select target.
There's our hero unit.
Ready.
The Warsmith. Not quite sure what the Warsmith is. That it's not a unit.
Our base is under attack. Unit ready. Select target. Unit lost.
I'm sure it's. I'm sure I have the structure, just not quite sure which one it is. It's fine. It's fine. We'll survive without it.
Ready.
Oh, here's the Warsmith. It's an auxiliary.
Ore miner under
Here
attack.
it is. I see.
Our base is under attack.
We'll Kirov. This one's a Kirov bomber with this faction, so it actually does bombs as opposed to the plane support we saw last time. Iron Sky hero aircraft again.
Select target.
Regen tower, can just pop one up here. It's the nice thing with it, like the range on it seems to be quite large. So that's pretty nice. I guess we'll try to get the multi-missile silo and try use it against the AI. They seem to be a bit more docile this time. They're kind of in a more defensive posture, which suits us just fine for holding back. I guess we'll try out Wyvern Carryall just to see how it looks.
Our base is under attack. Unit
It's like,
ready.
yeah, we'll let it be under attack.
Unit lost. Unit ready.
Doo 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 doo.
Training.
I mean, I get. Look, we'll try out a couple of the demo cycles just so you guys can see how effective or ineffective they are. One of the more interesting things is to see if it actually blows up, if it's killed, rather than if it's targeted at something.
Unit ready.
That's always a it's always a last minute hope thing where you only have the unit left and it's like, oh, is it going to survive? Is it not going to survive? Oh, there's a tech thing here as well. Should probably capture that.
Unit
Okay,
lost.
so it doesn't.
Unit ready.
Yeah, it did a little bit of damage. Wasn't huge.
Building. Training. Unit ready.
I guess these crawlers are really the thing that this faction is
On
pushing.
hold. Our base is under attack. Unit
So
ready.
build a few of them, try them out.
Repairing. Oil refinery captured.
Nice.
Acquiring additional resources. Unit lost. Unit ready. Unit ready.
This is a reminder again, this is only on the beta version branch of this current client.
Lost.
It is subject to change and everything else, but it's pretty fun seeing the combinations of support powers, individual units and structures available to each of these factions too.
Unit ready.
I do think it's pretty nice.
Unit
So here's one of these carriers.
Unit lost.
There's its default fire. Here it is with like a little minigunner in it.
Unit lost.
So you can see it totally changes its fire types. Kind of like an IFE in a lot of ways.
Unit lost. Unit ready. Unit lost. Unit lost. Unit lost. Our base is under attack. Repairing. Ore miner under attack.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Unit
So the crawlers seem to be the big thing with this. Interesting style. Again, you got a bunch of interesting infantry. You got the demo cycles. In terms of your special units here, you get access to the multi-missile silo, which you've seen be used in a previous mission. And not a huge amount to the multi-missile silo. It just does like an AoE type smash damage. But yeah, GG. Alright, next up we're going to check out the Okhrana faction. I'm going to try out this map prequel. That looks kind of cool. Winter map, looks around nighttime. There's a bunch of tech structures in the top left you could capture. Probably not going to worry too much about that. And we're going to go again with the usual 30,000 credits and pop straight into it.
building.
Alright, test the reactor, standard opener. Having a good fun with the mod so far.
Construction complete.
It's it feels good, you know, the structures are all unique in their own way. the different factions do have significant different feel to them.
Construction
I believe that it would take a bit of time before getting used to how to min-max your performance in terms of online play.
ready.
But definitely a lot of good potential here for some fun multiplayer online play.
Construction options.
Go with the Warlord buff this time. Why not?
Unit lost.
Yeah.
Unit lost. Construction complete.
The refinery, go to War Factory, so you can see the ally here.
Training. Unit lost. Unit ready. Unit promoted. Unit lost.
There's only 2 entrances, which makes it nicer in terms of defending.
Unit lost.
I think it's here, and then there's a bridge here as well.
Construction complete.
Or at least in theory, it should make it easier.
Unit
What do we got
promoted.
here? We got these.
Building.
This faction has the MLRSs. It's cool. A couple of sidewinders, Hellfires. Also have a Hippos APC. It's amphibious. So you know what? I'm gonna get that first, and I think
Training.
I'll get 4 engineers. I think it was like 3 tech centers.
Ready. Construction.
I'm making a bold assumption the APC carries what, like 5?
Unit
Yeah.
ready. Ore miner under attack.
Oh shit! Look at this.
Unit ready.
These guys have slipped in.
Unit lost. Our base is under attack. Unit ready. New construction options.
Get a Scorcher here, so we can better defend some of this.
Construction complete. Unit
Send
lost.
you off this way.
New
We've got Archer
construction
on.
options. Building.
Airfields.
Ore miner under attack.
Bisons. Whoa, what is this moron
Unit
doing?
ready. Ore miner under attack.
He's actually going to get himself
Unit
killed.
ready. Ore miner under attack. Repairing. Ore miner under attack. Unit lost. On hold. Unit lost. Ore miner under attack. Unit lost.
Oh, okay.
Unit.
AI, calm the
Our
fuck.
base is under attack. Ore miner under attack. Unit ready. Low power. New construction options. Unit lost. Unit promoted. Unit ready.
What is this?
Building. Ore miner under attack. Unit ready. On hold. Construction complete. Unit ready. Building. Unit ready. On
Okay,
hold.
well, so much for our capture the island plan. That's no longer happening. Jesus.
Unit ready. Our base is under attack. Repairing. Oil refinery captured. Acquiring additional resources. Training. New rally point established. Unit ready.
Oh, he has survived. I don't know how, but he's somehow
Unit
survived.
ready.
Jeez. So, oh yeah, there's only 2 entrances. It'll be easy to defend. What idiot said that?
Unit ready. New construction options.
Oh, I'm out of power, that's why I have no radar.
Building.
Okay. We can build more with these Warmeister tanks. Bolas.
Unit ready.
Guess I should use the air a bit more.
Ready, combat.
Construction complete. Cannot deploy here.
What should I do?
Building. Our base is under attack.
Is that a chronosphere going off in my base? You kidding me?
Unit lost. Unit ready. Unit lost. Our base is under attack. Unit ready. Oil refinery captured. Acquiring additional resources. Cannot deploy here. Unit ready. Our base is under attack. Building.
Waiting order.
Unit ready.
Location confirmed.
Building. Construction complete.
Okay, I need a couple of Scorches around the base because those chrono shifts are super
Unit
annoying.
lost. Construction complete. Building. Unit ready.
Angels?
New construction options. Construction complete.
Amplifier repair
Unit
vehicles,
ready.
sure.
Cannot deploy here.
I guess flat cannons too, because I'm not actually sure what the AI is going to send my way at the moment.
Reinforcements ready. Spy plane ready.
Yep.
Construction complete. Cannot deploy here. Low
This,
power.
the Okhrana Mobius device provides massive armor buffs to all units, can be spied. Okay. Reckon that's what we're going to be going for.
Construction complete. Building.
Once we fix our power situation, it's pretty bad at the moment. I don't think, maybe I can build off these, get power going up here.
Construction complete.
I can,
Our base
nice.
is under attack.
Which means I'll also be able to get a
Building.
barracks up there.
Unit ready. Repairing. Construction complete. Our base is under attack.
Just so I can get a single engineer and capture this tech.
Unit lost. All
Then I
miners
come back
under
down
attack.
here where
Unit
they've killed.
Oilers
Have they
under
actually?
attack.
They have. Wow.
Acquiring additional resources.
They've already captured my or destroyed my barracks down here.
Building.
They're so
Unit
obsessed with it.
ready. Building. Construction complete. Unit lost.
The Empire Battle Lab, I guess? Or was it the Mobius device? Mobius device is what I was going for.
Building.
Taking order.
Unit
Changing
ready.
position.
In terms of units, we can build some side commandos.
Training.
So these are like the mind control units. This is kind of like the Yuri's style faction.
Unit ready. New rally point established.
It's pretty cool.
New rally
different.
point established. Construction complete.
Amplifier repair vehicle, just zapping my own units. A bit worrying for a second.
Unit ready.
Here's the Mobius device.
Building.
Massive armor buffs to all units.
Ready,
Spy plane
comrade.
It's
ready.
pretty cool. We'll build a second Hellstorm missile
Cannot
guy
deploy.
up here.
Construction
Has the reactor.
building.
You know what? Vultures.
Our base is under attack. Building. Unit ready.
Oh, nice! I've captured these guys. Cool.
Construction complete. Unit lost. Our base is under attack. Unit lost. Unit lost. Unit ready.
That's kind of cool.
Unit ready. Unit
Um,
lost. Cannot deploy here. Unit ready. Building.
Spy plane. I mean, we can see all of their base at the moment.
Unit lost.
Okhrana's shield fires an orbital single target iron curtain. It's pretty good.
Unit ready.
Power drop.
Select target. Unit ready.
So the thing with this is like you could drop it here and maybe I can shoot these
Our
barrels.
base is under attack. Unit lost.
Just use the particle cannon on me there. It's a little bit painful.
Unit ready.
See if we can get a shot off on
Unit
this.
lost.
Yeah, I got the power plant.
Unit
Nice.
ready. Repairing. Building. Repairing.
They got my Mobius device, but I guess I need to get the battle lab
Construction
next.
complete. Unit ready.
Just so we can show off some
Building.
extra tier units with that.
Ready, comrade. Changing position.
Some
Unit
turret drones, probably good.
Unit ready. Spy plane ready. Unit ready. Unit lost. Our base is under attack. Unit ready.
You can see the iron curtain of Okhrana's shield there coming into play.
Ore miner under attack. Unit lost. Unit ready. Unit lost. Our base is under attack. Unit lost. Unit ready. Unit lost.
Leave a couple of side commandos back in the base here, I think.
Reinforcements ready. Our base is under
War Masters,
Building.
Solaris,
On hold.
Strong versus Buildings, and a
Building.
Gorgon.
Unit
First stage weapon
ready.
fires dual Iron Curtain blasts. Second stage weapon emits bursts of Tesla blasts. Cool, so they're using the whole two-stage weapon thing as
Unit
well,
ready.
which is a very nice
Building.
touch. I can build a
Unit
missile silo.
ready.
Might build one up here.
Low power. New construction options.
Aye, Commander.
What is it, Commander?
Pretty cool.
Okay, here I go.
Unit ready. Construction complete. Building. Unit ready.
See, our boys are doing decent work here.
Someone call for a heavy hitter. Heading there
Unit
now.
ready. Building.
I can build Volkov.
Unit ready.
What else we got going? Kirov cruiser spawns aircraft, so this faction's version of the Kirov spawns aircraft. Winter gunship, the Iron Sky.
On hold. Castle. Building.
Empire's Pride, hero vehicle, buffs infantry.
Unit lost.
Ouch.
Repairing.
God damn it.
Unit ready. Unit lost. Ore miner under attack.
We'll send these across and see if we can take out a lot of their stuff.
Construction complete. Unit lost. Unit ready. Unit lost.
Because them constantly destroying all of my tech can get super annoying.
Unit ready. Unit lost. Unit lost. Unit ready. Unit lost. Unit lost. Unit ready. Unit lost. Unit lost.
Pretty satisfying.
Unit lost. Unit ready. Unit lost. Our base is under attack.
See how they like it, you know?
Unit lost. Construction complete. Training. Unit lost. Unit ready. Unit lost. Unit promoted. Unit lost. New construction options. Unit
Alright, we'll finish them off here.
lost. Unit lost. Unit promoted. Unit lost.
Pretty fun faction.
Unit promoted.
Again, they went for like the Gorgon, the Emperor's Pride, they had Okhrana's shield ability too for making a single unit get the Iron Curtain ability. It's pretty cool. Yeah, nice unique feel to the faction, slightly different to the others in the Empire side. But yeah, GG's. Alright, next up we're going to try the Remnant Legion. So previously we've checked out like the Allies/European Coalition faction, then we checked out the Eastern Empire faction. The Remnant Legion I believe is kind of like a Yuri style faction. So we'll test them out on this map. Same settings as the previous skirmish matches. So they have very unique style, kind of similar to the Yuri structures. The Legion fuel processor, here's a power plant, barracks, refinery. So standard opener. You build a battle bunker. I guess we'll choose Acreon.
Construction complete.
Get the racks down, get a refinery. There's quite a few things you can capture in this map, so we'll be prioritizing those first.
Nothing I can't fix. Alright, best to the best. Best is it nice
Unit
inside?
ready.
Is it anything interesting?
Oil refinery captured. Acquiring additional resources.
Keep them all on guard mode.
Repair job? Sure thing.
Construction complete. Unit training. Unit ready.
AI here being super aggressive. Wow. What is going on with this?
Now auto repair. Unit lost. New construction options. Unit lost. Unit ready. Unit lost. Construction complete.
Okay, guess we're rebuilding those engineers.
Training.
I'm not quite sure what pissed the AI off so much to attack me like that. Maybe it was the presence of engineers, it's just really not liked by the AI.
Sure thing.
Unit lost. Training.
Pyro's absolutely shit on your basic level infantry.
Unit lost. Unit ready. On board. Unit lost. Unit ready. Capture. All units will now auto heal. New construction options.
The Shroud turret down. What do we got? Scrap bike. Scarab miners.
Unit ready.
Not a lot there. Radar, I guess.
Unit ready. Unit ready. Building. Unit ready. New rally point established. Construction complete. Training. Unit ready. Cannot deploy here. New construction options.
We have our radar down now.
Building.
So we get access to like an anti-tank turret, an anti-aircraft turret.
Cannot deploy here. Building.
I think before I get the battle lab, I'm actually going to get a second war factory. Now build hammer mobile turrets.
Building.
Sure, get some of those. A synapse transport.
Unit ready.
A few scatter shot artillery. Sounds good.
Unit ready. Unit ready. Construction complete.
Alright.
Primary building selected. Unit ready.
What's shaking?
New rally
What's
point
shaking?
established.
On it, compadre.
Unit
Sup,
ready.
boss? Sure, why not? On you. Sure, why not?
Unit
Alright.
ready.
Tech lab.
Building.
Sup, boss? I think I can do that.
Unit
I'm
ready.
all ears, kid. I'm all ears, kid. Oh, they're out there.
New rally point established. Training.
We can build some stalwarts, debuffs armor, infiltrator.
Unit ready.
Havoc siege infantry deploys to become stationary and fires and spread
Construction
shots. Garrisons.
On hold.
Sounds pretty good.
Cancel.
We get the tech lab over here.
Construction options.
Get more power going.
Building.
And build more of these counterfract engines.
Building.
Big fan of those. They seem to be pretty effective.
Construction complete. Unit ready.
What can we build? A
Unit
Legion
ready.
Biosphere produces advanced tech.
Building.
Absorbs 15
Unit
infantry
ready.
for 100 extra power. Grants force shields.
Unit
Can be spied. And the tunnel device like the super weapon of the faction, I think.
Unit promoted.
So there's the missing cameo structure here, the Legion Scrapyard. Remember, this is beta, so this will be filled in at some point. Passive scrap-like production, that sounds useful. Builds flares at veteran rank.
Construction complete. Cannot deploy here.
I guess we'll get that.
New construction options.
Hand of the Legion, a hero vehicle, self-healing. Immune to battlefield hazards, long-range splash attacks that permanently... Guys, get back. That permanently debuff hit enemy armor by 12%. Nice.
Reinforcements ready.
I think one of these is probably good after the hero unit. Get the passive buffs up.
Unit ready.
Guys, get back.
Construction complete. Unit ready. Cannot deploy here. Force shield ready.
Okay, interesting. Tunneling device. Oh, the Psychic Dominator. So these are going to be very similar in nature to the base games.
Building.
Special abilities for Yuri, I imagine. Jura, special unit, Obliterator.
Construction complete.
Deploy whatever infantry I have here. Should do more damage.
Unit lost.
Since I'm staying pretty static anyway. Here's the hero tank unit. Is it the hero tank? Is it the hero tank? Hand of the Legion?
Unit.
Yeah.
Unit promoted.
Can get him into the fight
Unit ready.
along with this other hero unit.
Unit ready.
Seems like a good idea. Okay, we want to get the Psychic Dominator and the Thunder device, and we'll try them out. I think Psychic Dominator has the longer wind-up time, so we'll get that first. Meanwhile, we'll just try and hold this little choke. We're doing an alright job holding this choke.
Select.
Power drop.
Select.
Guess I can even put a Regen Tower here too, so keep all of our guys in good health. What else we got? Got Raider Gunship.
Building.
A couple of those, why not?
Unit ready.
There it is.
Unit ready. Construction complete.
Okay, here's the Psychic Dominator going down, and then the other thing is the tunneling device. That took a lot of power, wow. The defensive side of things, we got Legion Tumper Firebase, detonates burrowing warheads. Sounds pretty cool. Guess we got that.
Cannot deploy here. Building.
Some more power, and then we'll get the tunneling device.
Construction complete.
You can see our passive scrap bikes here are being born. A couple more due in 3, 2, 1 second. Here they are. It's pretty cool.
Construction complete.
Getting passive units is always nice, especially if you get into like a multiplayer game and it goes towards the
Unit promoted.
late game and you start running out of eco on the map. It can be super useful. So tunneler device. Not quite sure how that's going to work,
Building.
but I'm guessing we will find out soon enough.
Select pocket.
So we'll put this out here.
Construction complete. Select pocket. Cannot deploy here.
Okay, we get some good vision, good vision.
New rally point.
Going to build a bunch of...
Building.
I guess we'll just send a bunch of the mobile turrets.
Unit ready. Unit ready.
Constructs a tunnel network exit at target. Spawns tunnel network exit
Unit
building.
ready.
Holds 20 passengers. Allows all ground units. No hero vehicles or
Unit
MCVs.
ready.
Spawn building is unharmed.
Sup, boss?
Unit
Yeah.
ready.
Whatever you need. Yeah. On it, compadre. Hands are on the
Unit
wheel,
ready.
waiting on you. They're out there. On it, compadre. Sup, boss? I hear you.
Unit ready. Unit ready.
Okay, so let me know the network's ready.
Sup, boss?
Oh, I have to put them in here. Ah, okay. I was wondering how it was going to work. So you just put your units in here,
Ready.
and then you need to spawn a tunnel at the other end. They can all come out of it.
What's shaking?
Come on, guys, get in here. Nice, and then you do spawn tunnel like here, and it dies before they come out. Cool. So you need to make sure it's not invincible, so you need to make sure it's in a relatively safe position, and then you can undeploy the unit straight from where it is. That's kind of cool, I like that idea.
I can do it. With purpose.
Psychic Dominator is also ready, so let's put it here, see what damage it does. It seemed hella devastating. So let's come in, see if we can take this home. Pretty interesting look at this faction. They're very much the Yuri style, like the Yuri super weapons. Even the tanks and stuff that they have are very kind of like scrappy, quick units. Seems like they'd be good with like heavy numbers of low tier units. That's pretty cool.
Unit promoted. Unit promoted.
Alright, this is their last official structure. I think if I take this out, it should be GG.
Player defeated.
Nice.
You are victorious.
Sweet. GG. Alright, the next faction, and it's going to be the last faction we check out, is going to be the UAMA. I'm not sure how complete this faction is. Remember, this is in beta, so it may be subject to additional changes and maybe missing a few units here and there, so keep an eye out for that with the latest release. But we're going to play as UAMA against a random Euro coalition. We're going to try out this map, Blood Feud Redux. Curious to see how these play. So far we played through the first tree here, which are very much the European coalition, and then the next tree were very much the Empire. Then the Remnant Legion, also part of the Empire, I believe, would play more as a Yuri style faction. So I'm really curious to see how UAMA handle what kind of direction they went with it. So let's see. Okay, well, this already looks very different to the other factions. We'll go with a power plant first. It reminds me a little bit of
Construction complete.
kind of like Globotech,
Cannot
if people
deploy
have played
Building.
Twisted
New
Insurrection.
construction options.
Custom voicing, cool. Definitely has a very different feel to the other
Construction
ones.
complete. New construction options. Building.
Got a marksman and a
Unit
Merlin
ready.
launcher. Attack dogs too.
Unit ready.
Yes, Commander. I'm going. Directly. Call. No hurry. What are the orders?
Unit ready.
Taking the lead.
Interesting.
Unit lost.
And you lost. Okay, so we can see our ally or our enemy, the enemy AI.
Immediately.
Construction complete.
Okay, refinery's built.
Cannot deploy.
We get the war factory.
Building.
Like the techiness
New
look of the
construction
buildings.
options.
It's pretty cool. It's very different. Feels very different to the European Coalition and the Empire faction, as well as that kind of Yuri-esque faction.
Let's make a call. Immediately. Yeah. No hurry. Let's make a call. Taking the lead.
Are they making Rocketeers?
Construction complete.
What are the orders?
Unit ready.
Taking the lead. What are the orders?
Fall back?
Right away.
Unit
They
ready.
are making Rocketeers. Shit.
Unit lost. On hold.
It's a little worrying.
Cannot deploy yet.
Refinery.
Unit ready.
So we can build
New construction options.
miners,
Building.
combat APC,
Unit lost.
and a Mongoose light
Unit
tank.
lost.
Sure.
Unit ready.
Also, I appreciate they've gone and gotten all the like custom voice acting stuff for the faction too.
Unit ready.
Pretty cool. It's not an easy thing to actually do.
Unit lost.
Can be expensive.
Unit ready.
Well,
Construction
depending on who you're getting in for it, but it's a nice extra like detail to go
Unit
to.
ready. New rally point.
So fair play.
Cannot
Second
deploy yet.
refinery, get that up,
Unit
get an
lost.
airfield down, see what the airfield
Unit
type
lost.
units are going to be looking like.
Training. Unit lost. Unit ready.
Do we have a mirror faction here? No, we don't.
Unit lost.
The APC's units just look kind of similar, that's all.
Unit ready. Unit lost.
So the airfield's going to go down, get more power.
Unit ready. Low power.
They can build these
New
buster
construction
drones.
options. Building.
Gives you kind of a lobby of Grens as an attack.
Unit ready. Unit lost. Unit ready. Unit ready.
Okay,
Construction.
there's a reactor.
Cannot deploy yet.
Get a radar next.
Building. Unit
Research
ready.
storage low.
Training.
Build a lot more.
Or miner under
We
attack.
can build a Pepper
Unit
Rocks
lost.
gyro cannon.
Building. Unit lost. Construction complete. Unit lost. Unit ready.
Deadly gyro jets around
Construction
deal
complete.
site AoE strong versus
Or
infantry.
miner under attack.
Okay, we'll try it out.
Our base is under attack. Or miner under attack.
We get our
Unit
radar. We get our racks.
Unit
We
lost.
can now build hyena
Building.
support platforms.
construction
Deploys to gain
complete.
range. Oh, these are
Unit lost.
unarmed. Only build one of them, so.
Cancel. Unit ready.
Okay.
Cannot deploy yet. Our base is under attack.
Build some more power.
On hold. Unit ready. Unit ready. Construction complete.
Oh yeah, I'm ready. Oh, he's gonna cry all right.
So this thing doesn't attack, but it deploys.
Miner under attack.
Then it attacks. Okay.
Unit ready. Cannot deploy yet.
Interesting. I guess we're gonna go for the tech center next.
I'm going.
Get a Hystrix railgun. Strong versus vehicles.
We can't stay here.
Excuse you?
Or miner under attack. Our base is under attack. Construction complete. New construction options. Building. Construction complete. Building. Unit lost. Our base is under attack. Unit lost. Or miner
This
under
is the
attack.
railgun turret.
Unit ready. Cannot deploy here. Unit lost. Building. Our base is under attack.
Okay, it's pretty good.
Training.
Interesting. Fostex trooper.
ready.
Jumping grenades explode after impact. Lancer.
Construction complete.
Neither is exosuit.
Unit
Neutron
ready.
shells, the radiation pools.
Unit ready.
Saboteur. And hyena. I should be setting this rally points up a bit further.
Unit ready.
And then of course they use the
Our base is
chronosphere.
under attack.
Oops.
Unit ready. Unit lost. Reinforcements ready.
The Secretary's
Unit
platform, fire suppressing chain gun.
Unit
Hunting
ready.
drones. Get
Unit
some of
lost.
these.
Select
Power
target.
drop coming on in.
Unit ready. Construction complete. Unit lost. Our base is under attack.
Seems pretty good.
Building.
I don't seem to be able to attack any further than I currently am. I have the radar, the airfield. I believe I have the tech center here. Yes, the UAMA tech center. So I think this might be up as far as the tech tree is currently available in the beta for this faction. However, I know that there are plans and works underway
Under
to
attack.
fully flesh out the rest of the faction. Very cool to see what they have so far for it.
Our base is
I can say it does remind me a little bit of the Global Tech faction from Twisted Insurrection. It's pretty fun. It's fun to see something different. So we've seen kind of like the Empire style side, we've seen the European Coalition side, we've seen the more mind control aspects of some of the Empire side with that Yuri specific faction. And now this, I imagine they'll be sided with or next to the European Coalition, just at a guess.
Our base is under attack.
But pretty interesting, and that's what I get for hitting them in the hotkeys too much. But I think you got a good idea there, just in terms of what's included with that faction. So yeah, GG's. Alright, so we've gone through and we've done skirmishes for all the factions currently included in the game. So we've tried out all the European Coalition side, all of the Eastern Empire side, and we also checked out the Remnant Legion, the UAMA. So now we're going to just briefly pop into one of the challenge modes just for a little bit and see how it handles. I'm kind of curious. I'm going to do it with an AI. Obviously, it's more ideal if you did this with a human player. It'll be a bit more balanced and easy. But we'll see how this goes. So we're going to check out Blizzards and Hellfire here. The ATOMOS scientists are pairing up with the Coalition Crusaders weapons division developers to create experimental weaponry and units under the guidance of the Eagle Command, a top-secret Eurocall research branch of the military. The collaborative efforts have found themselves entrenched here and have gained access to additional airstrike capabilities and experienced orbital reinforcements. So yeah, I'm going to go with some random European coalition, why not? And then the hard AI is going to go with some random Empire faction, and we'll just go. Try it out, why not? See how it handles.
Building.
Yeah, looks like they went with like the kind of Yuri-ish faction. It's kind of cool. So it's like there's some tech derricks here for capturing. Where's our? I guess there's ore here is what we're meant to buy. It's probably build backwards rather than forwards.
Building.
I can build bunkers, walls. In terms of which one of these to pick, having played them all through, I think Okhrana tends to be the one I find the most
New construction options.
potential helpful to use because it has a bunch of static defenses more than anything else. On campaign missions, I like to take like a single dog and just send it to each corner of the map. Even in multiplayer, it can be useful too, just so you can see what's going on around the place, get a better feel for what's up. Build a bunch of rangers because we don't have a clue what's coming our way. A few hailstorms, they're useful defensive structures to have. Looks like getting get a war factory before the second ref is probably a good idea. So we'll try that out. We want to get an engineer because there's some tech derrick here. Yeah, we got one here. It's a nice map. I like this kind of layout with the turrets bunkered up. It's a pretty fun idea. Let's put the war factory this way. And then I can build refineries here and here. Build a few chrono miners. Readjust. So we have Kodiaks, stolen tech, heavy combat tank. Let's try some of those. Medusas, stolen tech as well. Try some of those. Chieftains, stolen tech. Yeah, let's try out some of the stolen tech. Something we haven't really seen yet. Yes. The second ref here. Get the reactor. And get another third ref here. Okay, here comes the AI.
base is under attack. Unit ready. Our
Get
base
some
is
more
under
reactors
attack.
up and running.
Unit ready.
High speed, low
Unit ready. Construction complete. Unit ready. Building. Unit ready. Our base is under attack. Training. Unit lost. Repairing. Unit ready.
What do we want next? We want to get... I think 2 refs is probably fine. We don't need the 3rd ref. At least not yet.
Unit ready.
I don't want to use the air units that much, but the radar will help us tech in the right direction. AIs are currently getting the chronospheres out. What's our ally doing?
Unit ready.
Ally's doing alright. He's doing his thing.
New rally point established. Unit ready.
So these stolen tech units look cool.
Construction complete.
And of course you get these by, I believe, using like your spy or infiltrator unit on your opponent's specific structures.
New construction options.
So this is actually quite a nice way to show these off. Defibrillator platform.
Unit ready.
Rocketeer. I'm always a sucker for Rocketeers. They're very useful for defensive more than anything else.
Unit ready.
All these stolen tech tanks seem to be able to shoot at the air as well, which is awesome news for me.
Unit ready. Building.
Get our power back online ASAP. Aurora
Unit
platform.
Construction complete.
Sure.
Unit ready. Unit ready. Building.
Let's
Unit
go.
ready. Repairing. Construction complete. Unit ready.
Get the battle. I think the skyport's better because you get the free units with a passive aircraft production,
Our
right?
ally is under attack.
Allies under attack. They should be okay, right?
Unit ready. Our ally is under attack. Our ally is under attack.
Jeez, fine. Yeah, no, he's fine.
Construction complete. Our base is under attack. Unit lost. Unit ready.
Yeah, we're a-okay. We get the skyport down. Running out of eco, which is a little concerning.
On hold.
Then we get the bat lab. We want to keep up production of all these stolen tech vehicles.
Allied airplane.
Changing position. Changing position.
Unit ready.
On point.
Repairing.
Keeping the peace. Scanning perimeter.
Spy plane ready.
Ooh, spy plane.
Unit ready. Our ally is under attack.
I don't see a spy plane. See these.
Construction complete. Unit ready. New construction options.
Ready, combat.
Building.
Changing position.
Unit ready. Our base is under attack.
Base is fine.
Unit lost. Unit promoted.
Formation confirmed.
Unit ready.
Is this a tech expansion outpost? Yes, it
Unit
is.
lost. Unit
Okay, so
lost.
that's what we're going to be wanting to go for next.
Unit lost. Unit ready.
Location.
So we expand out to
Our ally is
here.
under attack. Unit ready. Reinforcements ready.
So even though there's not necessarily a dedicated single player campaign in this yet, being able to do these kind of co-op campaigning missions is pretty much the near equivalent to it that you're going to get. And it is
Training.
quite fun so far anyway. Like, you've got clear objectives, you know what you need to kind of try and do and prioritize.
Unit ready. Our ally is under attack.
We want to try and get a refinery over there.
Our ally is under attack.
Yeah, I like it, figure it out. There's a tech expansion post back here too, but we don't really need
Unit
it.
ready.
Ready, combat.
Unit ready.
Waiting
Our
orders.
base is under attack. Our ally is under attack. Unit ready. Our ally is under attack.
I had a feeling that maybe this would be extremely difficult with an allied AI, but it's actually not too bad.
Our ally is under attack.
The AI is not acting like a complete idiot.
Force shield ready.
I guess it's the other way of phrasing that, right?
Unit ready. Our ally is under attack.
They'll figure it out. You can see all the super weapons in the bottom right too. It's getting a little bit
Our base
tense.
is under attack. Construction complete.
Here you go. We can
Our ally
get some of these back here, and then getting this.
Unit ready. Our base is under attack.
Base under attack. We still have some stolen tech units back here defending. This is good.
Unit ready.
There's also more up here that we can get. These aren't really oh, they are attacking. Okay,
Unit lost.
so I should take these out.
Unit ready. Unit lost.
Target sighted.
We want to
Unit
get
ready.
a forward barracks.
Building. Our ally is under attack. Unit ready.
Moving.
Nice.
Construction complete.
So I guess these are like the enemy's
Our
bases.
ally is under attack. Our base is under attack. Unit ready.
Yeah, they're doing fine.
Unit ready. Unit lost. Training. Our ally is under attack. Unit lost. Ore miner under attack.
I think our mission was to
Our
kill
ally is under
these.
attack.
Not quite sure what it is.
Unit
It's a
ready.
tech academy. Can I do like a restate briefing?
Unit lost.
Should have paid better attention.
Unit
I guess
ready.
we'll try capture it just in case.
Our ally is under attack. Unit ready.
This guy. Kinda awkward if I blew up the mission just because of that.
Ore miner under attack.
Tunnel network activated. Ooh, and they're coming across here. It's okay though, we still have plenty of vehicles from the stolen tech over here.
Moving.
Tech building captured.
Location.
Unit ready.
Missing CST Tech Academy captured. That's fine. Not supposed to capture it, I guess.
Unit ready.
Nimbus suit. Tsunami. Hero infantry. Cause airstrikes. Yes, please.
Training. Unit ready. Repairing.
Destination command. Location.
Unit ready.
Encountering enemy. Location confirmed.
Ore miner under attack. Unit ready.
Vehicle ready.
Go to the other side of the
Our
map.
ally is under attack.
Taking position.
Player defeated.
Moving.
Computer's been defeated. Nice.
Moving.
Unit ready.
Position.
Because the AI's been over here wrecking the AI.
Unit ready. You are victorious.
Nice.
Player
That's pretty cool. I mean, that's a very quick, broad overview of that. I mean, my ally was set in brutal and did most of the heavy lifting. It was more so just checking out what was involved with the map. But yeah, that's what the challenge mode looks like. Pretty cool. Definitely recommend trying it out. And with that, it kind of brings us to the end of this overview. So we've had a look through a bunch of the different skirmishes. We tried out each of the 8 factions included. We even tried out one of the challenge maps. So hopefully that gives you a good idea of everything that's included with Final War in the current state it's at. As a reminder, this is on the beta version of it, so you can see there version 2.3.0. This is beta. There's some of this going to be subject to change. If you want to try and download and play the game, you can do so through ModDB to get the completed finished version. However, if you also want to try and get your hands on the beta version, reminder, you can go to their Discord channel under their testing chamber room. They have a 2.3 release candidate 1 P4, which is what I'm currently testing this on. So you can go in here, download this, and play some of that. But that's going to pretty much do it for this mod overview from me. Thanks so much for watching. It's been a lot of fun playing this mod. I hope to play more on the day. Be sure to check it out. Be sure to try the challenges. Be sure to try some of the multiplayer and PvP. And yeah, I'll see you all guys for the next mod overview, and enjoy the rest of the Red Alert anniversary. If you liked the video, be sure to drop a like, subscribe, do all those good things, and I'll see you all soon. Take it easy.